welcome to Week 11 of the NFL season. This is Fantasy45 podcast, the number one fantasy podcast from UT students. I'm your host, Noah. So today with us we have, as usual, Jerry Williams and our two-time host, who did a great job last week, going to do a great job again this week, Karan, and I'm going to try my best, Kana Tala. Perfect. All right, we're off to a good start, and we have, around 3 weeks into the playoffs, give or take. I'm not that good at math, and I'm excited. This is where fantasy. Sorry, give me 1 second. Hello? Yeah. How could this happen now? This is the second week in a row. Alright. Jesus. Alright, sorry about that. Karan, you're still going to get your rest of these season checks, but I need you to just go. Yeah, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Alright. Bring in the...
We need a substitute.
Jesus. Oh my gosh.
What did they say the problem was?
Alright, well...
Am I back?
Shut up, Michael. Okay, well, to the viewers out there who are just dumbfounded and confused right now, last week we brought in a ringer because of our lack of diversity on the podcast, Karan Kanatala. I just got a call from PR saying that our ratings were actually down from last week, which is kind of hard because our total viewership is around, I think, the fingers on each of our hands combined.
Right.
And now we have to bring in back Michael because it's crazy.
I'm
gonna fire the entire PR department. This is absurd.
Right. HR is doing a good job.
HR is doing a good job.
PRs.
QR also doing a good job.
The codes?
Yes.
Thank you.
The codes.
I'll be here every week.
Okay,
Oh,
welcome back, Michael. How was your sabbatical?
It feels good to be back.
Can I get a definition of that?
Oh my god, I hate
Origin.
the constant reminders that the people I do this podcast with, though they might be better than me at predicting fantasy sometimes, are complete
assholes.
No, not you guys are assholes, but the word I was looking for was dumbasses.
Yeah.
There's always a form of the word ass when could fit any situation.
Right.
Like in you can put like a Mad Libs of life, and there's so many variations of ass.
I'm just looking for a definition.
Oh, of sabbatical?
Right.
It's just a leave.
It's
absence.
It's a leave of absence.
From work or home.
Yeah, it's kind of like usually long term.
Yeah.
Sabbatical.
Well, I'm not a business major here, so.
Yeah, you're an engineering major, which is even less. Yeah. Do you know what a toothbrush is?
No. What's
engineers?
Yeah.
Well, shout out to my boy Norman Greenbaum with "Spirit in the Sky" for that intro, one of my all-time favorite songs. So I'm letting you guys in a little piece of my life. But let's get right into things. Hopefully, we can have a better podcast without our obvious all-star of last week, Karan Kanatala.
What a man!
What a guy!
Shout out Karan. He held down the fort without me.
Shout out Karan. I think the single best week of predictions in a podcast. Probably.
It's behind all of my.
Is he?
You picked Melvin Gordon against a really low, against one of the worst rushing defenses. Yeah. Oh, maybe a top 4 running back. That was a great pick.
How did Melvin Gordon do last week?
Well, see, that last week was against a hard defense, which is actually the Jaguars.
Why did Mr. Eckler go?
All right, let's continue.
But his performance begs the question: is he a one-time wonder?
Who?
I think it's one hit. I think it's one hit wonder.
Or one-hit wonder.
Karan?
Yeah.
No, Karan's better than all of us. It's just PR come in.
But how? Okay, if we're gonna rank the waiver wire.
In a normal company, though, wouldn't the CEO have jurisdiction over the PR department? Like, why do I listen to... I need to talk to...
Who named you CEO?
Karan? No? Okay, god damn it. All right, let's start. As you all know, we're all UT students, University of Texas at Austin, and we're going to talk about some Texas football. Texas football is terrible. I'm so tired of this. We have the number 2 recruiting class in the nation, so when we're maybe 1 year out of school, I think we'll have a great team right when we can reap the benefits. Right now, we just beat Kansas My 50-6 prediction was wildly wrong. That's okay because this week we're playing the 24 ranked team, West Virginia. It's going to be real cold. Our players are not going to like that. I talked to Kyle Porter. He's in my stats class, whatever. And I talked to him about what he thought about playing in West Virginia. He said it's going to be real cold. And that's about it. It was a little longer conversation.
What are your predictions for this game? It's going to be pretty cold out there.
Yeah. Well, my prediction for this game, speaking of predictions, West Virginia 27, Texas 17. And I think I'm giving Texas some room with that.
That's an interesting score.
I'm going to go West Virginia 31, Texas 20.
That was close to what mine was going to be.
What's yours?
Mine was going to be 34 to 24. West Virginia. There
is one.
Remember that week when Oklahoma State week when Noah and I were both high on Texas?
Yeah.
And then now it's come to
a terrible drug.
Y'all have come back to reality.
Kids, don't do Texas.
Hey, but we've moved on to basketball.
But one
Mohamed Bamba.
Our
basketball team.
Let's play a game. It's called Who's Taller. It's where we take one of our giant members of the podcast and say Who's Taller, Mohamed Bamba, or one of the members of the podcast. Jared, you're going to be our contestant today. Who's taller, Mohamed Bamba or Michael?
I'm going to have to go with Mohamed Bamba on this one.
Let me check real quick.
You can check the stats.
I'm listed.
Yes, you are correct. He is taller. Mohamed Bamba is actually almost a foot taller. Maybe
not even
so,
close.
But real quick,
Michael's
there's actually
almost a foot taller. Give me some respect.
6'3"?
Give me 6'4".
6'3.5".
Give you 6'4".
You can give me 6'4".
What's the over/under on the height?
The over/under 6'3.5".
6'3.5". Okay.
All right.
There is one perk. I've been trying to say this for about 30 years now. There is one perk of playing West Virginia. You get to hear this song. What a great song this is.
Performed with Logan Lucky. A great movie.
It's going real well. It's taking home Country Road.
West Virginia.
Oh, that's all you hear. You guys heard West Virginia. All right. So real quick before we get into the real league we're talking about, shout out to the sponsor, Heyday Cold Brew Coffee. It's where I work. It's some great cold brew coffee. We got chocolate, vanilla, espresso, black coffee, all under 90 calories. It's a great option. My personal favorite. If I'm looking for an energy kick and I just want I want just some coffee. Black coffee is I usually can't tolerate black coffee. I can tolerate Heyday black coffee.
I can too. I've had it a couple times.
Yeah, and my favorite. If I want something sweet, if I have a sweet tooth, I'm going chocolate. You guys
really? I personally have to go with vanilla over chocolate.
Oh, that's okay. That's the first stupid thing Jared said today.
Right. Over under.
Yeah.
Has gone down.
So yeah, we're gonna before we get into fall. What's this over under Jared stupid shit today?
9.5.
9.5.
I'm taking the under.
I'm gonna go with the over. So let's get predictions first.
Really?
So over under's 9.5. And what? And you, Mike? What's your prediction?
I'm going under.
But give me a number.
9.
No. Ooh. Okay, Jared.
Yeah, I'm going with around 6.
6. I'm gonna go.
That's lofty.
I'm gonna go 11.
That is not lofty. That is
all right.
The opposite of lofty.
Let's talk
For
a
you,
little bit
lofty
of.
goal.
Let's talk about. Can you, I'm sorry. I need to take.
Can we get into some football?
I should have taken my
This is why we're
inhaler
here.
real quick.
Let's get into some
A
football.
few takeaways from last week. I'll start it off. So the Vikings, I hate to say this as a Lions fan, but they're a playoff team. I know that was, but they're a serious.
Some good insight.
I'd hope a 7-2 team is a playoff team.
Wait, what do you think about the Rams?
Oh yeah,
I think they're a playoff team.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think about the Eagles?
I'll just let them finish.
I think the Eagles are a
the Eagles
playoff team too.
Thank you, Matthew Berry, for saying that information.
You guys done?
Can you tell me something better than?
Yeah.
Can
what's your actual
maybe if I can finish? Okay, when I say,
But if you say something that stupid, we're not going to allow you to finish.
I completely agree, Michael.
okay,
Stupid
all right,
questions
cool.
receive stupid
Vikings
answers.
are a playoff team. I really like the Vikings offense forward. Case Keenum 4 touchdowns. Where did that come from?
2 picks.
Do you trust them in the playoffs?
I trust them in the. I think they're
In the fantasy
they're a
playoff.
they're a hot team. I think they'll win the first game if it's against not a 1 or 2 seeded team. The defense is good, especially if Teddy B can come in and take advantage of the better team from when he was with the Vikings before. Teddy Bridgewater could be an exciting fantasy playoffs player. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Other takeaways. Rams will run up the score. Rams are not going to give mercy to those shitty teams they play every week. Maybe not this week because they're playing a good team, but the Rams will run up the score on y'all. So don't be afraid to play, Robert Woods, Jared Goff against bad defenses because you think they're going to stop passing the ball in the third, fourth quarter. Last thing, this is an interesting insight from me. Let me know if you guys disagree, but the Giants suck.
This is an interesting insight.
Yeah, very interesting, yeah.
Did we change this segment while we've gone?
Smart.
Because I remember it being one takeaway.
Right. Wow. Eric, okay, on top of Jared saying stupid shit, we're going to do another one where just Michael
being
is just Michael being an ass. So,
Six times.
I think
it's already been twice.
It's already Michael being an asshole. I'm giving the over-under at 12.
Michael thinking he's right when he's actually not right.
No, just being an asshole.
Okay.
All right, so 12, what's your prediction, Jared?
Oh, definitely over.
Over. And what's the 15? 14?
20.
20. All right, we really got to get into this. People are turning off their computers. They're not even closing.
Nobody was listening.
They're not just closing
country?
YouTube. They're not just closing YouTube. They're closing. They're turning off their computers. This is so bad. All right, let's continue. Let's hear the other takeaways. Go ahead.
All right. Well, because Noah did 3, I'm not going to do one because I actually want to hear what Michael's thoughts were on the podcast from last week. I want to hear his thoughts on Karan's job. Of course, my job on carrying the podcast. I'm the best host here. No offense to Noah. You don't have anything to say about that, Noah? Exactly. All right, Michael. What were your thoughts on last week?
I am genuinely surprised.
About?
And I'm genuinely surprised
about
because I don't know why I'm replacing the best host we've ever had. Like, if I'm coming back,
it's PR.
I thought Karan was still going to be here.
Let's put that one on the I'm an asshole.
But I listened. Jared, I think you had an above-average performance compared. So if you your average over the first 5 weeks, week 6 podcast
was my breakout.
Was an above average. It was a breakout performance. Noah, I couldn't hear you as well as I normally could. I didn't.
That's what I've been saying.
Hey, that's not very nice.
But I thought you could have done better. But the good thing is there's room for improvement. I still believe in you. You have a high ceiling.
Thanks, Dad. All right.
Karan, I want you back if you're listening.
We love you, buddy.
We love you, Karan. We'll have you back soon. He's a very busy man. We had to pay him. We had to take 98% of Jared and Michael's salary to have him for one episode. So y'all are going to be making whatever 2% of $750K.
Well, we gave that 2% back to you. Remember?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're right. Right, so you guys are interns. All right, let's continue. Let's talk about how we did in fantasy. Because people don't care about this at all, let's just go through real quick. I'm 2-1. I hate to say this, but the guy with the least points scored in my league is now 7-3, and he's beating me in my division at 6-4 at second most points scored. So it's a tough world out there in fantasy.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel like people don't listen. It makes me feel like some things are unfair. Yeah.
How'd you do last week, Michael?
I was 6-3 going into last week, and I was playing one of the bottom dwellers.
I'm gonna just throw a wild card out there. He's 6-4 now.
Ooh, and then you got to listen to find out. I was playing one of the bottom dwellers of the league, and my rest of ROS schedule, I play the bottom 4 teams. So I'm looking to become number 1 in the league. But anyways.
Not going to happen.
He had Robert Woods.
I was down 45 going into Monday. I had Cam, Devin Funchess, Jarvis Landry, and Damian Williams.
Why were you even nervous?
And my matchup had Christian McCaffrey.
We already know what happened with that one.
Wow.
Going into the night, I wasn't supposed to win, and then McCaffrey scored at the beginning of the game, and I didn't think I was going to win, and then Cam just went off in the second, third, and fourth quarters. And this week, if we want to segue to this week, my matchup has Rashard Matthews, who just got, an 80-yard touchdown or something?
I'll find out.
So that's not good. But anyways, I ended up winning by over 45 points. Jared said I played like shit the week going into Monday.
Yep.
Ended up with more than 20 points more than everyone else in the league. So
he had played like shit going into Monday.
Still second in the league. Jared's third in the league. I'm 7-3, so pretty.
Jared, real quick, because Michael took way too long.
I'm also 7-3.
All right, that's good enough. Let's continue.
Right, 4-game win
Our
streak.
Games of the week this week.
4-game win streak, people.
Real quick, right now, Rashard Matthews has 105 yards and a touchdown.
Oh my gosh.
All on that last play.
Wow. 75-yard touchdown.
I am now projected to lose this week.
Yeah, just so the viewers know, we always
Shout out
listen.
to Tyler Gannon.
We always listen to the TNF, Thursday Night Football, while we do the podcast. So if we start screaming or something or talking about the players, we apologize. We are only human. So, yeah. Let's talk about games of the week. I'm going to start off. I'm going Rams-Vikings. This is an NFC shootout. I'm not sure if it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a high-powered offense against a really good defense, and also a very respectable defense versus a very respectable offense. I think, I'm not going to talk about Gurley, Thielen, or Rudolph because every week starts. Goff is an interesting play this week. I think that if you can sell Goff right now, if he was a waiver pickup and you can sell him right now, it's a great idea because his stretch for the rest of the season is pretty tough. But Robert Woods. What do you guys think going forward for Robert Woods?
I love him going forward.
I think he's a good sell high candidate.
Yeah, obviously if you can get good value for him. What do you think? Wide receiver 2?
I think you got to keep him. Honestly, I think he's a high-end wide receiver 2 right now.
I could not strongly disagree more with that.
There you go. Nice more at the end there. Well, let me just finish up here. Watkins and Cooper are just, I think they're totally matchup dependent. I don't like starting either of them unless you're desperate at flex. Woods, I think, is a nice wide receiver 2 until we see otherwise. Obviously, this is a different kind of matchup, but the volume's there. He's a number 1 receiver. I think he's a clear number 1 receiver on the Rams going forward. Does Sammy Watkins still even have any say in that? Does he even have rivalry? No,
not at all.
Yeah, so
Cooper Kupp's solid.
In the beginning of the season, but he hasn't gotten a touchdown in a few weeks. So, but I think he's gotten the most red zone targets still, though.
Yeah.
On the other side of the ball, Thielen, he's just unbelievable.
Very unbelievable.
He's like Julian Edelman on steroids.
Is that because he's white?
This is going to be another
exactly why
another asshole comment.
All right, let's
so
just
when
put it up to 3.
You said I'm going Rams-Vikings, I'm not going to talk about the every week starts and Thielen, Goff, and Gurley. Yet you've talked about Goff. And
all right,
Thielen.
So that's 3 for Mike and 2 stupid things for Jared.
Right.
Who's gonna? It could be a little competition.
I will say I didn't say this in my segment on the podcast.
But the competition is who can say less of the thing. Not
there was
more.
too much love on the podcast. Everyone was just going off of each other.
There's 4 asshole things. All right, let's continue. Last thing, Rudolph. Like I said before, I wasn't going to talk about him. But the defenses. I don't like either defense this week. Do you guys like either defense this week?
Not at all.
You're hesitant to play them.
I really like both kickers this week, though. They're both top 3 kickers.
Yeah, Leg Zerloin.
Greg Sirloin steak is incredible.
Yeah, Zerloin steaks are very delicious. Salt, pepper, chili powder, paprika, garlic powder. What you want to do is take that Zerloin steak, put it in the pan with some butter, some olive oil.
Some sort of herbs.
Can you shut up? I know how to do this. 3 minutes on each side. Put it in the oven at 450 for about 2 minutes. Take it out. Get some nice butter in there. Get the butter basting. Put some thyme in there. That's where the herbs come in. Some thyme with the butter. Take a spoon and just ladle that butter on top of the steak. Flip over the steak one more time and take it off when it's nice. You don't want to get it too brown. You want to get that nice medium rare. And that's how you cook a Greg Sirloin steak. Okay.
Wow, I'm speechless.
Go ahead. Let's use.
Can you make that first?
Let's hear your game of the week. Yeah, actually, I have a New York.
While I'm
strip.
talking, can you go?
Yeah, sure. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Eggs or something.
Go for it. Yeah, okay.
I'm looking towards Monday night, Atlanta, Seattle. Something we'll get into later is just the jumbled NFC right now, and quite frankly, these 2 teams are right in the thick of things with there's 4, 5, and 4 teams that are on the outside looking in the playoffs right now. So from a football standpoint, non-fantasy standpoint, this is a huge game. But I'm interested to see how the Seahawks defense plays against the Falcons offense. The Falcons offense might have turned a corner against the Cowboys. I understand the Cowboys are not a very good defense without Sean Lee. But now that Seattle doesn't have Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor got banged up, I like Matt Ryan this week, even though it's in Seattle. Yeah. I like Matt Ryan. Just because I'm not sure what to expect out of Seattle secondary without Sherman.
What do you think of? So I think that Tevin Coleman's going to get a start with.
Well, Freeman's out.
Yeah.
So
Coleman's a.
What do you think of Coleman against the Seahawks? They have a pretty good run defense. You saw they shut down AP.
You have to start him, but
running back 2.
I think he's a solid 2.
I think he's a low end 2 for this week.
I think he's a solid 2.
I think he's a high end 2.
If you've been starting him at flex, Devonta Freeman out.
Salivating.
But then on the Seattle side of the ball, Russell Wilson's just been playing.
Will
phenomenal.
Devonta Freeman's absence, do you give a bump up to Gabriel or Sanu? I like Sanu a lot this week.
I like Sanu every week.
Because we have Richard Sherman out, So that gives a bump to Julio. But I think when the top cornerback on a team goes out, I think you give a small bump to the wide receiver 1, but a bigger bump to the wide receiver 2 because he's getting the guy who wasn't
Third
playing
string.
as much.
Right.
Third string.
And then on the other side of the ball, Doug Baldwin has been feasting with Russell Wilson turning it
Other
up.
side of the Baldwin.
I wish we could reverse 2 weeks' time to the podcast when I said the second half Seattle Seahawks.
I'm going to say a
on
really bad
offense.
joke real quick. You know, when you give that guy the ball, you win. Yes. You guys get it? Because
No, I get it. Okay.
I'm sorry. I kind of ruined it.
Yeah, I think Jared can
All
just
right.
take it away.
All right, wait. Before that, we're going to call in a quick guest.
Who's this guest?
Let's find out. It's going to be
He's a very smart man.
little surprise for the viewers.
Hi, this is David.
Hi, Dad. Oh, I spoiled it already. Well, you're my dad. We had a. I said to the viewers. I said we're gonna give a little surprise to the viewers, and they're gonna have to find out who it is. But I kind of spoiled it right at the beginning there.
Am I on the air?
You're on the air.
Wow, it's exciting, man.
Wow, I know. If you told me 5 years ago I'd be on the air when I'm a lowly 19-year-old, I wouldn't have believed you. But now, it's just kind of part of life.
See, what's happened here is you became a fan for the Lions, and it drove you to drink in misery.
Oh no.
Trying to work through your emotions.
Oh,
Yeah. My childhood is on the streets of Irvine, watching the Lions lose with my father. It's a tough childhood.
I need to get this off my chest right away and have to say, I want to publicly apologize to you. I mean, what's been done is done, but I do from the bottom of my heart apologize for, you had no choice almost, that you became a Lions fan because you were my son.
I've waited for those words for so long. It's so
All the years of ineptitude.
what a weight off my chest. Oh, there goes Antonio Brown with his second touchdown. Oh.
Can I say one thing about the Lions history? So I know you probably want to talk about more current stuff, but I just have to say, can I say in 30 seconds why I became a Lions fan?
Go for it.
Okay, I was a doctoral student in Ann Arbor, which is where you were born, and I go into Detroit to study the automotive business and listen to sports radio, which I always liked, and it's a tale of woe. It's Lions fans calling it day after day and saying the Lions suck, they're the worst team. And then there's this coach, Bobby Ross, he used to coach the Chargers. He was in the middle of the season, the Lions sucked again, and then he quit in the middle of the season in 2000. He quit, and I said,
I think I might do this on the podcast as well.
I'm not on the podcast?
No, you are on the podcast. You're live. But
Anyway, so I said that when he said, he quit, he said the team quit, I'm going to quit. And I said, it was just, here's the weird moment. I said, this is my team. I'm going to get in on the ground floor. They're going to come back big.
see, I'm pretty sure when an organization is plummeting down to the bottom, they hit not rock bottom. I think they go below the core of the earth. I think you're supposed to abandon ship, not hop on that boat.
It's like a business thing. It's like buy low, sell high.
Oh! Woo! You're a fantasy analyst right here. Buy low, sell high. All right, so Dad, the Lions are playing the Bears this week. An interesting matchup, an NFC North matchup. Tell us about Stafford, Golden Tate, Marvin Jones, and the running backs on the Lions.
So you guys are infinitely smarter than me on football generally. I'm a poser. I fully admit that. Although if I admit it, then maybe I'm not posing. But at any rate, I want to say something actually different than those obvious things. Those are the obvious people. Matthew Stafford, in my opinion, is the highest, the greatest, is at least as talented as any other quarterback in the NFL. On any given Sunday, you can debate. But here's what I think is really interesting about this game coming up. First of all, we know for the rest of the season, almost all the teams with one or two exceptions of losing records, which is very promising. But for this next game, the offensive line, in my humble opinion, is the story. This is the first game all season where an offensive line that the general manager assembled to be kickingly good, defend Stafford. It never assembled because of injuries. Taylor Decker is back for his second.
That's a left tackle.
Left tackle. He was a little rusty last game, but he's now TJ Lang, right guard. He's back from a concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Rick Wagner had an ankle injury.
Wow. You know what? I gotta be honest. I think I could have named two of the linemen here, but basically, yeah. This is the first week the Lions line has been healthy all year. But I mean, the Bears have a tough defense. But even though the Bears have a tough passing defense, so you're saying because of the line, you still like the Lions' passing offense in general?
Okay, so let me just say two other quick things, which is
Yeah.
number one, he is the best, he's at least potentially the best quarterback in the league in pure talent. And now for the first time he's protected. And so number one, we all know about Golden Tate and Galladay and all these great wide receivers. For the first time he's protected. We're going to see what he can play. So I'm a fourth best passer in the league already under much worse circumstances. Number one, that's the major point. Here's like number two, lesser point, but they might even have a shred of a running game with an offensive
Right.
line. They might. They're not going to be the best, but
Right.
they might. So I'm
But
really optimistic.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on this one. I think the Bears are pretty obvious. I think Jordan Howard's and still the only guy you're thinking about. Maybe Dontrell Inman as a deep sleeper at flex, but I like it. I like what you have to say. I think like we can aspire to have analysis that in depth, guys.
Right.
I think. But Dad, thank you so much for being on the show.
It's a pleasure.
I look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Woo!
After the first quarter, if we're down by like 3 touchdowns, I'm just going to jump off a bridge somewhere.
Oh, Dad, please don't.
I'm going to hate my life again.
Please don't. Please don't.
Now, this is what a Lions fan does. On Thursday, they're optimistic.
Hey, let's just get a wild card and lose in the first round of the playoffs. What do you say?
We're going to win the first game of the playoffs.
Oh, come on. All right. We gotta move on here. Really, thank you for being on the podcast. Shout out to Noah's dad.
Shout out to Noah's
Shout out
dad.
Noah's dad.
And shout out to your wife.
It's a pleasure.
Wait, real quick, Dad. I'd like you to meet my roommate for next year on air. This is my friend Michael Smith. What do you think of his name?
I think that is like crazy unusual. I can barely get my head around it.
All right. Well, we have Michael Smith and Noah Obstfeld. Thanks, Dad, on the podcast. I'm sure girls are really going to want to take that last name.
The podcast.
All right. Love you.
Talk to you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I like that
Well,
comment. You just
well, now
made
you
that
know where I
last-
get it from. Now you know.
Wow.
What a man.
All right, so let's just go through the rest of the O-lines of the NFL and kind of just talk a little bit about each
Right, let's get
individual
into
player.
depth. And who's
But,
in
you
what.
know,
Love the
he is right.
granular. I love how the granular
Yeah,
detail.
but he is right. Basically, the Lions' O-line is all back together. I, as a Lions fan, I got to disagree with him that head-to-head Stafford's just as talented as anyone in the league. I think we'll have a long phone call about that later.
I feel like nobody else is going to give such in-depth about the Lions-Bears game on their podcast
I don't know if
except for us.
I don't know if I'm the in-house Lions expert anymore.
Probably not.
I think PR is going to demote. God, why do I give PR everything? Why do I give PR all the power of the show? All right, let's move on. Jerry, let's hear your gal. That's game of the week, by the way.
All right, well,
Shout out to University
I'm going
High
to try and
School.
make this one quick just because that was a thick
Hey!
analysis.
Hey, you
Hey!
okay? All right,
How dare you?
He said
I
thick
got-
analysis. He didn't say it.
I got Patriots-Raiders. The over-under on the amount of points scored this week for this game is
Real
about
quick,
55.
I'm kind of still in the other mode. I think we need like a hard stop right here before
Yeah, I
we move
completely agree.
on. Let's think in between 1 and 10. Whoever's closer wins. Wait. Okay, I got it.
7.
I was going
All
to
right, he got it. It was 7. Good job, Mike. Jared, you're fired. All right, Jared, let's hear the game of the week.
All right, well, the game, Raiders-Patriots, over-under is 55.
Wow.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, so I think lots of people you'll be playing this week. Obviously, a lot of y'all got Rex Burkhead last week.
Racks on
Racks.
racks.
I think he's a
Hey, what's your favorite
low-end
dinosaur? What's your favorite
running back
dinosaur,
too.
Michael?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Thank you. Go ahead.
And we'll get into our truths later in the week or in the podcast, but I'm going to have to
What'd you say? he
foreshadow
was?
my boy
What did you say? he was?
Amari Cooper.
Ooh.
Going to have a ball game.
Is he gonna
Will
be
he
a
poop
Cooper
his pants?
or a
That
pooper?
wasn't very funny.
You can shut up. You know what you can do?
What can I do?
Tell me you're upset.
Upset of the week
Ooh!
this week is the Bears over the Lions.
I hear my lions roar in anger. Roar! Roar!
That was
Pretty
scary.
good.
That was
Dang,
so
I know.
scary.
I practiced it all this morning. Let's hear your upset, Mike. Delaney
down.
Walker is kind of good at football, though.
Let's hear your upset, Mike. Then proceeds to interrupt.
I'm sorry. Okay, we're at 5 right now. Michael's blowing Jared out. So
But I mean, if the expected value if my expected value for being an asshole is greater than Jared's expected value for
You're so gonna
stupid
lose.
shit.
we'll figure out the proportions
Yeah,
later.
we got a percent.
But you're
we gotta
beating
make
him by
this percentage.
more than twice
All right.
right now.
I'm going down to Mexico City.
Woo!
The Oakland Raiders will beat the New England Patriots.
Let's go.
God damn! Next time
Not from Amari Cooper. He will coop his pants, but Michael Crabtree.
Next time you have
I'll
a nice
take it.
little. Let's
I'll
go down
take
to
it.
Mexico City. You gotta let me know when we gotta play some like mariachi music.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
We gotta be
So-
on the same page.
Well, maybe.
Okay, that's enough.
No, who's your upset this
My
week?
upset this week is so last week I had Cowboys over Falcons. I'm not sure if that panned out. We can figure that out later. This week I'm going the flip flop. Falcons prove me wrong. I'm going Falcons over Seahawks.
Woo, I can see that. I can see that.
Seahawks lost debatably their best player. Maybe behind Russell
Right,
Wilson.
Chris Carson, they lost him one.
Right, exactly.
You
And
know what's almost crazy?
What?
Adrian Claiborne almost had more sacks than the Cowboys had points last week.
Damn.
wow. Yeah, speaking of
And
studs,
before
Not even
y'all
close
finish,
Six
to Calais Campbell.
sacks.
I'd like to thank
let's play a
y'all-
game. We're playing a game show. It's called Adrian Claiborne had more sacks than something. Let's all think of something real quick. Adrian Claiborne had more sacks than eggs I have eaten this week.
Candles in this room.
I think there's 2 candles.
No comment. No comment.
God, you're so
This
inclusive.
I would
is-
like to thank
this
all
is
y'all.
I am here for football analysis.
Can I-
Not for
all
this.
things fantasy.
All things fantasy.
Can I
football.
thank y'all for not
Wow.
picking the Browns
Wow.
and the Jaguars?
Real quick,
Oh, I think the
Delaney
Jags
Walker.
should've destroyed.
I just said how Delaney Walker is good at football. I would take that back.
Did he just drop a pass?
He just dropped a pass that I could have caught.
A
Even
touchdown
Jared.
pass?
Even
Was it as
Jared.
bad as Julio Jones' drop?
Yeah,
Even
it was.
Jared
I think
Cook
worse.
would've caught
Watch this.
that. No.
No, my God! If any of you are listening, hey, try to go look up the highlights of Delaney Walker dropping the easiest touchdown pass of all time.
Is that
All
Amari
right,
Cooper?
let's keep going.
Is that Jared Cook? Is that
Please
the
stop.
Rams?
Please stop
Oh,
talking.
sorry.
Please stop talking. All right, that's another one on Jared. Jared's up to 3 now.
Yep.
Yeah, Adrian Claiborne out of nowhere. Crazy. All right, let's go into buy low, sell high. We have a trade deadline coming up for ESPN leagues. It's on the 22nd, unless your league has custom. Delaney Walker again.
Why did they go back to him?
I don't know.
I
Unless
like
your league has custom trade deadline, it's the 22nd, which is next Wednesday.
That's a lot of them.
So you're gonna get the trades in early. You know, you want to make sure your team is playoff ready. It's very important that you're comfortable for the playoffs. That make sure that you're ready for the playoffs. And and I'm gonna start off over here. Okay, buy lows. Here are my buy lows. My favorite buy low this week is Jared Cook. Shout out to my boy Jared Williams.
Woo!
You know, they have a lot in common, Jared Cook and Jared Williams.
That's true. Like the name Jared.
Yes. Well,
And they
actually,
can
I was
both
thinking
cook.
because they're both studs, but that too. Other buy lows, Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is just as good as you can get
How is that a buy low?
because I think he's that much better. Just like in the past weeks, I said Mark Ingram was a buy low because I think he
Just
could get
because
better.
people are
And look
not-
what happened. 3 touchdowns last week.
It's because people are valuing less than his real value. That's
Exactly.
why he's a buy low. It's not because
Okay,
he's
real
bad.
quick, I'm just to give the viewers a perspective of what I have to do during the podcast. I'm taking away a lighter because they're trying to light candles during the pod. I just took a lighter. No, Michael, no. I took a lighter out of Michael's hand because he's a 3-year-old and I'm living with him next year. God damn it, Noah. Why do I always make bad decisions? Other buy lows. Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker has a really good schedule coming up. He's one of my ride or dies this year. I really like him. And an interesting buy low, I don't know if you guys agree with me, Drew Brees.
Woo! Yeah.
Drew Brees has had some tough weeks. Why would they do anything else if their run game's working, right? But we have some tougher opponents coming up down the stretch than the easy opponents the Saints have been playing lately. They're not going to be blowout wins anymore. I think I like Brees as a buy low right now. I think his value is going to go up into the sky. Other buy lows, another buy low who's just doing real well, but I think is going to go up even more. This is a stretch, but Kamara. I think that Kamara and Ingram are going to switch points because they're going to have to be passing more. They're going to be running as much. I think that Kamara's going to get even more volume. And another buy low, just for the value, Antonio Brown. The reason we're doing so many buy lows this week is because of the trade deadline. Antonio Brown is just, I mean, even though he's, number 2 right now in points, he's still not going up to his potential. He has like 4. I mean, this week he already has 2 touchdowns, so maybe it's a little too late for you, but in the past 2 weeks he hasn't. Sell high. Actually, let's finish the buy lows before we go to that.
I also had Michael Thomas on my list.
Sorry.
Shout out my team. I didn't appreciate when you named it Jared that you said shout out Jared, but when you named it Michael, you didn't shout out Michael. But, that's just little things.
It's different.
I don't think that you and Michael Thomas are that similar.
Me neither.
I see a lot. I can name.
Now that I think, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to my other buy lows. I got Corey Davis. You might even be able to pick 2 targets, actually. You might be able to pick him up in your league. But if so, find a way to get him because in his second week back, in his 3rd game in the NFL, he played over 90% of their snaps, had 10 targets,
11,
4 or 5 catches for 50 yards. Once he starts learning the offense, watch out.
Once he learns the alphabet.
He reminds me a lot of Jared Dudley in terms of he plays a lot.
There's a stupid.
That might have been the
stupidest thing you've ever said.
Jared Dudley. Where do you think of Jared?
Okay, let's name every
He
Jared.
plays a lot of minutes. But he's bad still. He doesn't fill up the stat sheet.
Another Jared.
Corey Davis.
Another Jared.
Corey
Davis.
Are you saying a player is bad in their 3rd game in the National Football League?
I'm just saying in terms of fantasy, I wouldn't be going out and
so you have a great sample size to say that he's going to be shit.
Why should I be trading for Corey Davis right now?
You have a good team, but for someone that wants to build
hey, you can't fight idiots. They're idiots for a reason.
I'll take the high road.
Thank you, Michael.
Is Kareem Hunt.
Woo! Yeah, I agree.
Buy low on him.
That's just something stupid.
Something stupid?
How is
Do you want to see his rest of the season schedule?
That is very stupid.
ROS for being someone
dedicated
on ROS.
What did we just say? We're not.
Can't fight idiots.
Can't fight idiots. Hey! You can't fight smart people.
Good point. Thank you, Don.
You're welcome.
All right. I'll just put it at that. Jared, take it away.
All right. Well, my buy lows, I feel like Michael might like a couple of mine. Number 1, it might not even be buy lows, but it's people to buy right now.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard. I think he's going to continue his success.
I think, and because he doesn't have a name value yet, I think he can still buy him.
But if he's owned by a smart owner, they're not trading him.
Right.
So go to a guy like Jared and try to trade him.
Right. My second guy to buy right now, D.D. Westbrook.
Woo!
In a recent interview, he said he's expecting 200 yards this first game. I wouldn't expect that. I think they'll work him into it. But I'm expecting.
Come on, he's not Corey Coleman.
He's not Corey Coleman. I'm expecting
he's better.
4 receptions, 40 yards in his first week back. But I think you could get some decent.
Just real quick, from my experience,
yeah,
I haven't had good experiences with people named D.D.
Right. Well, I don't really know anybody named D.D.
Can you explain?
See.
Can you elaborate?
I don't want to talk about it. Let's just keep going.
Is the Wi-Fi down in here?
Yeah, Wi-Fi's down. Shout out to 21 Real
back
Wi-Fi. I'm trying my best, okay?
We haven't said it yet, but shout out AJ.
Shout out AJ. AJ, do you and 2 of your idiot friends... That's it's gonna hurt some people's ears. What I just
Shout out
said.
to the headphones.
All 14 of them will still listen.
Well, how many ears? It's 28 ears total.
Right.
No, there's definitely less than 14 people listening now.
7.
Less. I'm gonna go 4 maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's you. It's all 3 of us.
Right.
Your
Karan's
mom.
1. So that's 5.
Shout out to my mom.
Well, let's finish the shout outs. Let's do one at a
No,
time.
are you denying her a shout out?
She doesn't listen.
Anti shout out to Michael's mom because he named him Michael.
And
his name is Michael Smith.
Yeah.
Are you
Jared, I'm so
kidding
disappointed.
me? Michelle Smith? Are you kidding me? Call her out first and last name. You better send her the link at 39 minutes.
Let me get to my final buy. It is Kareem Hunt.
Woo! Wait. Let's rewind the tapes.
Can I get
This is my impression of Michael. My buy is Kareem Hunt. And then Jared said, "Oh, that's stupid." And
That's
then
the same voice.
Jared said, "Now he's going to buy Kareem Hunt."
I had it written down on the paper the whole time. I was just completely.
Did he just pull a T.Y. Hilton?
I did.
Did you cross out another name?
No,
he did.
All right, we have no
Jared,
proof.
can you please own up to all of the fans
all
the fans that have been just asking us about that week 2 where you had Amari and Jared?
Who's your sells, guys?
My sell highs.
Who's your sells?
Thanks for that.
Saints defense. Like I said,
Oh
Saints
my
defense.
God! Why?
You're selling a defense? What are you going to
God.
get for a
Can
defense?
we
There's-
mark it up as?
No,
There's another
But
asshole
Jared's
thing from
also
Michael.
being an asshole too, because that was just retarded.
Yeah.
Okay, can you guys
I'm
stop
sorry.
talking? You
Can
guys,
we please
I
not use
try
that
to say
word?
things and you guys don't let
I
me.
take that back. I'm sorry.
I try to say things and you guys don't let me finish. I think as a podcast, we need to stop talking. I think quality of podcast, we need to stop talking.
Can I just bring up a point though? Is
My
that,
my cell's gonna.
Wow,
be
I just said
Is
let's
that-
stop talking over each other, and all three of us
Is
talked
that this-
within 1 second.
this wouldn't have happened last week. Last week there was so much love. There was no hostility. The instant
All right.
I come back, we're all just yelling at each other.
What I was gonna say is, if you have the Saints D, you can throw it in another trade. You can sweeten up the deal a little bit. The Saints D, I think the point is maybe not a sell high, maybe just like if you can find another D. But look at those offenses they're playing. They've had a stretch of really bad offenses, and it's going to get tougher. I don't like the Saints D anymore. Another one, which I'm going to get some flack for. I know I've had Mark Ingram as a buy low. I have him. But I'm only talking if you can get Le'Veon Bell. That's the only player I would trade. Would you trade Mark Ingram for
I don't
Le'Veon?
think any Le'Veon Bell owner would give up Bell for Ingram.
What would you? Would you think that? But you think that that's it? Would you do that? Would you, if you have Mark Ingram, would you trade it for Le'Veon Bell?
Obviously.
I wouldn't think twice about it.
Okay, exactly. So if
Can
you
can we start like a
Wow,
stupid
that
things
might have been
Noah
one of the
said?
stupidest things I've heard.
who has more points in the last 5 weeks by far?
But still, that's not like oh.
I think that there are.
Jeremy Lin had a week where he was better statistically than any player in the NBA at that time. Was Jeremy Lin better than everyone in the NBA?
No, Mark Ingram has had like 4 weeks. He's had 7 touchdowns in the last
He
4
also
weeks.
scored 3 touchdowns last week, so that kind of inflates your
Yeah,
stats.
DeMarco Murray had 3 touchdowns last week too. Is he better than every other running back? in the
No,
NBA?
he
they're not even the
obviously.
best
But
running
Mark
back
Ingram
on
has
this
been
team.
very good lately. You're just saying this because you want to. Michael has this thing where he just likes to be the bad guy. Michael sucks. Ugh, Michael. I'm gonna put 2 on the list for that. You're such an. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Last sell high. Another really really good player that I just don't think is gonna keep up production. AJ Green. If you can get maybe 2, like a wide receiver 1 and a wide receiver 2 and a running back 1, or just real high value for him, I would go and grab it, especially off a good week. All right, let's hear your sell highs and just relax, guys. Jeez.
I know Jared's got one of mine, so I'll let him take him. That didn't make any sense. But my other sell high, I'm going to get shit for it. The highest scoring running back this year, Todd Gurley.
Damn,
Do you want to hear numbers that he has to face the rest of the season against the run?
Please.
not really.
32. So 1 being incredible matchup, 32 being the worst matchup. 32,
Got it.
24, 27, 29, 28, 23.
And
I feel like
did
when
I
you're-
not say to sell Gurley in the past?
I feel like when you're
I
that
don't
good at
recall.
football, say you got Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, those types, I don't think that's going to play as much of a factor. I don't
Dude,
think
but-
What did you just say?
But if Todd Gurley's a...
If you can get
Le'Veon
Top
Who do you like
5.
better, Todd Gurley or Mark Ingram?
Todd Gurley,
Ingram.
Rest of the season.
Ingram.
Todd Gurley,
Rest of the season, not including anything they've
Todd
done.
Gurley,
Even
Who
with
do you
these matchups.
yeah, Todd Gurley.
I like Ingram.
I'd probably say Gurley, but
I mean,
but if you're on a top heavy team that's borderline playoff, sell Gurley and get 2 very good starters.
Yeah,
if you
I
get
can
Ingram
see
and then a
what you're
wide receiver 2 or something
wait,
like that,
can we
do it.
let's just smack that on the wall. Mike and Jared have Gurley rest of the season. Noah has Ingram.
And smack that on the wall.
Smack it on the wall.
All right, but yeah, Todd Gurley. I think he's a great sell high candidate. Jared, take it away.
Oh, well, obviously, Michael said we both have this one. It's Melvin Gordon. Last week was overshadowed by Mr. Eckler. I don't know. Melvin Gordon's just a very good player, but he's consistently a top, a top 6 running back in the
Yeah.
league.
Got 20 points.
I think he's going to fall closer on the other side of 10, so he's going to be in the
Okay.
teens going forward.
There's also 11 and 12.
There's
Well,
11 and
on-
12.
I agree to sell high, but my basis is not on Austin Eckler. I'm not scared
Oh,
at
me
all
neither,
about
me
Austin
neither,
Eckler. I'm not scared at all.
Yeah.
But if you look at his schedule, he plays Buffalo, very easy matchup this week. 20, 25, 21, 26, 22. It's a very tough schedule for Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I
Sell
do
high.
think that the passing offense, I think when you have a pass-catching running back like that, you can't really factor the running back defense against running back as seriously especially when you have those top running backs, because they'll just go off when you have like Kamara or Gordon. So I think that I would take those rankings with a grain of salt. I
But
don't know if he's a sell. I mean, it always depends on value. I wouldn't say he's as strong of a sell as other guys were talking about, but I still get your point. I don't think his value will be the same as it is now.
But certainly when you play the easiest rushing defense, you're licking your chops at the matchup.
Oh, that was delicious.
So it just means that when you play a tougher matchup, you're not their matchup's not as valuable.
I think he'll do good this week. I think the Bills with Nathan Peterman or something.
Nathan for you.
Nathan, yeah. Well, I think that they're just not going to be an offense that long. I think the Chargers, thank you, will have a lot of time on offense to get some stuff done.
So do you think, but for receivers, do you think it's because you said you don't really get scared for top running backs against bad matchups? For receivers, is it different?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think
Going up against
running backs
Jaguars.
are just they're shifty.
Okay.
They don't follow the rules.
All right, let's move on.
Is it truth time?
It's truth time.
Who wants to go first?
I'm not going to go first because I don't have mine yet.
Damn, Noah. Michael, you want to go first?
I'll go first because Jared's already foreshadowed at his.
All right, I have my truth. My truth is Devontae Parker.
Yeah, didn't you be
Devontae Parker has one of the worst defenses, and I know there goes Le'Veon for a touchdown. And I know that Tampa Bay kind of looked okay against the Jets last week, and the Jets have been pretty hot. Devontae Parker is one of my ride or dies for this season. Oh, another fantastic
in the middle.
Another fantastic Steelers touchdown celebration.
And Martavis wasn't involved.
Oh, man.
Again.
What? Shout out to Martavis. Just get yourself traded next year.
He's just trying to get through the season.
He's just there so he won't get fined.
Another great. I don't know. I feel like Juju Smith-Schuster sounds like a great name, but
It is.
I like Juju Smith.
I don't like the Schuster part.
Schuster?
I love it. No, I love it.
Schuster. It kind
Right
of sounds
on.
like a dance
Go
move.
Trojan.
What does the Schuster look like?
All right,
Trust me, I just did a
all right,
dance
so
move.
Devontae Parker.
Devontae
My
Parker.
truth
I like
this
Devontae
week-
Parker a lot this week. Wait. Point total is going to get a touchdown and 75 yards.
I am sticking into the Devontae name, theme, different spelling, but same pronunciation.
different spelling?
Yeah,
Yeah, we get it. Okay. I believe you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I don't know if that was not a touchdown. Wow.
I think he's in.
No, he's not.
I don't think it's enough to call it back. But
Okay,
go ahead.
Devontae Adams had a touchdown last week. He had double-digit targets.
Devontae Adams.
Brett Hundley's starting to find a decent groove.
Damn.
This is your truth?
I think he goes for 70 yards and a
Ugh.
touchdown.
I gotta really disagree with this. And
I'm going to
Baltimore,
have to disagree, too.
Baltimore has a great passing
And
defense.
that's what makes it even riskier. So I'm not picking Alvin Kamara as my truth.
All right, well,
Shut up, Jared!
If I tell you to pick a player, they usually do well. That's all I got to say.
I gotta really disagree with you. I don't like the Green Bay passing offense at all this week. I think if I had to go with one receiver, I would go Devontae Adams the rest of the season because Jordy will always just get the number one receiver, and Devontae will get some scrub. But yeah, I don't like that at
I
all.
think he finds the end zone.
And,
That's all that matters.
and you know what will probably be happening is we're gonna play the recording of me saying this after Devontae gets 26 points standard. All right, Jared.
I mentioned it earlier. Amari Cooper going against the Patriots.
Gotta disagree with this one as well.
Has over 100 receiving yards and a touchdown this game. I'm ready.
That's honestly
I'm
not
ready,
bold.
Amari.
It's not bold enough because
Over
when
100
No,
yards.
no. I gotta disagree. I think that's bold enough.
No, because when
How is
Amari
that not bold?
No, because when Amari has his games, he has his games.
Oh yeah,
Right,
that's
so
true.
I'm
Because he
predicting
either
the
has
game.
17 yards
I think
or he
100
has
is good enough. Executive decision. I
Can
want
you go
you
at
to
least 150?
He's had one
wait.
game over 100
What did we
yards
practice?
this year.
What did we practice?
'Cause
You
he's
say
ass.
you're never gonna do it again. That's what we practiced.
I'm sorry, Jared.
Jared,
It's to Noah.
it's to Noah, Michael.
I'm sorry, Noah.
I'm
wasn't
never
there
gonna
last
do it
week,
again.
remember?
I'm never
We're gonna do it again.
gonna not do it again.
All right, you're
This is why we
so
need Quran.
clever and smart. Wow. All right, guys.
Wow.
There's our truths.
Wow.
And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Jammin'. Wait, why do we not have a theme song
We're
for
back to
Jammin'?
jamming. Yeah, what?
Here, I'll pick the theme song for the end. Here, let me hear your
Okay.
Jammin' roster.
I'm going at quarterback from Mississippi, Eli Manning.
Wait, can we do that? We have to do the colleges now.
And running back,
You've set a high standard.
Alex Collins from Arkansas.
Ew.
Doug Martin, and as well, running back. Wide receivers, Fitzgerald and Devontae Parker, your truth. You don't even have Devontae. Do you have Devontae Parker on your jamming team?
I thought he was above 15.
Wow.
Not at all. Anyway, and then tight end Jared Cook.
All right, mine's going to be Jared Goff. He's just a stud. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. Joe Mixon, Chris Thompson, wide receiver Fitzy Fitz, as Noah likes to call him.
Thanks.
My truth, Amari Cooper. And that tight end, I also got Jared Cook. I think he's the must play this week.
Okay, for me, I have at quarterback out of a college that he went to, Philip Rivers.
You don't know where he went?
And I've decided I'm going to do the rest of the jamming in a Larry David accent. At running back, I got Chris Thompson, which was the start of the week with your boy Rob Kelly out for the season, maybe. Then we got if Ty Montgomery does not play, I have Jamal Williams. If he does play, I have Deion Lewis. And then at wide receiver, I got my NFC North boys. And since the rules of GMN are once you write it down, you can't go back to town to grab some new players. So I have Golden Tate. Love you. Love me some Golden Tate, baby. And then I have Stephon Diggs.
What are you doing?
A great name for football.
That's true.
Stephon. Oh, we keep promising
We
the viewers that we need to do like a ranking
Yeah.
of and we'll have the viewers vote. And tight end, I also have Jared Cook.
He's going to be in the kitchen this
He's
week.
gonna be in the kitchen this week.
He's going to be in the kitchen this week.
Who are your running backs?
There you go. Okay, Super Bowl refresh. A few weeks ago, we each had our Super Bowl picks, and I think everyone's going to change their picks except. Wow, that was a good play for the Steelers. I think everyone's going to change their picks against me, except for me. I'm going to go. My picks 2 weeks ago were Saints, Patriots, and I'm going to stick with them. Who are your guys' new picks?
My new picks, I'm going to go with you on one of these. It's going to be...
Talk faster, Jesus Christ.
Actually, I'm going to have to go with you on both of these. I'm going to pick Saints Patriots also. The only thing is the Eagles could take the NFC.
God, you're
I'm
so
a little
unoriginal.
iffy on it, but I don't know. The Saints just look good.
I don't think we have time to roast you for this that much, but next week I'll roast you more.
I appreciate that.
All right, so y'all put on the schedule. Let me just pencil it in real quick.
Thank you.
Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. That's my secretary.
Shout out, Barbara.
Shout out
to
Barbara.
I'm keeping one of them. Steelers, Eagles.
Wait, you
Damn.
didn't keep either.
I was
Why?
Steelers, Seahawks.
Steelers are not going to make it to the
Not at
AFC
all.
Championship.
Ooh.
Smack it on the wall.
Smack that on the wall.
I don't know.
AFC's pretty bad.
Jags will get to the AFC Championship.
All right, let's go to some hot topics. We're going to go through one hot topic today. And we have on the agenda, quote, shit on Noah for Bills passing offense. So go ahead, guys.
Mike, you want to go first or me?
So if I
Let's
want to
flip the coin. Let's flip the coin.
if I want to
Heads or
quote our
tails? Heads
host,
or tails?
I'm gonna go tails.
I guess you're
I guess
heads.
I'm going heads then. And
Tails.
it's tails.
To quote my future roommate Noah Obsfeld, Tyrod Taylor, get him on your roster. He's got a great playoff
All the
schedule.
receivers.
Should I drop Jordan Matthews? Is he drop? Like, I don't want to drop
Hey,
him.
that was before Kellen Benjamin, and you know that.
The Bills' passing offense is my
Ride or die.
like Devontae Parker.
That doesn't
Hey.
make sense.
I'm gonna put the ride or die. They're on the stove. I'm gonna just put them off the stove. Put them off the stove for a sec. Let them kind of simmer. See what happens this
Do you
week.
think Tyrod plays again this year?
Ooh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think so. I think this.
Okay.
I don't think he's
But why
droppable
bench him?
yet.
I still think I still think there's a very fantasy relevance in the Bills passing.
But if you're
offense.
trying to make a statement and like get Tyrod to play better when he comes back, why are you doing that as a
You know
playoff
what?
team?
I'm gonna
Every
call-
game matters so
I'm gonna
much.
call up Sean McDermott.
There's a reason he's doing.
I'm gonna
this.
call him up and just tell him. I'm gonna tell him that Tyrod was my ride or die, and he'll say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I did not realize that," and I'll put him back in. And that's kind of how me and Sean
Okay.
do things.
That's how you operate.
All right, go ahead, Jared. Your turn. Make it short and sweet. I think.
All right. The Bills receivers have always been ass. There is no reason to own Bills receivers.
You don't think there's any reason to own
Not a
Kelvin
single
Benjamin?
one.
Okay, Kelvin Benjamin could be something, but
You
he
think
just
there's any-
got traded there.
Charles Clay.
He's a tight end, not a receiver.
He's a pass catcher.
Right, but he's a tight end.
I mean, yeah, you have to
That
specify
offense is
receiver.
based around Tyrod Taylor scrambling and giving the ball to LaShawn McCoy.
Wow, you're smart, dude.
Thank you. That's all I have to say on it.
Honestly, I think most of the humiliation is just on yourself
Yeah.
for thinking that. Like,
Do you guys have any third people come in and show me real quick?
Karan!
Karan? No.
Barbara! AJ!
All right, well,
We'll write
I think
you.
that might be it for this week, guys. All right, it's been another episode of Fantasy45 podcast. A lot of bickering on this episode. I hope they can hear our genius through the bickering. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Michael's mom. Shout out to Noah's mom. Shout out to Jared Cook. Woo! Take the bills off the stove for a minute. A little bit. We love you guys. And if you're listening to this point, go ahead and send me a message, and I'm just going to send you some love. I think it might be just us three and Karan. But okay, here's the rule. If you are listening to this point, I will Venmo you $1.
Let no one know if you're
That includes Jared and Michael. You guys listen up to this point. But be honest.
They're not going to know about it.
All right. We love y'all. Comment any questions, fancy questions you have in the comment section of the YouTube video. Love you. Bye-bye.